Let's make a really cute dress. No, tell them what you're really doing. Let's make a really cute, whimsical dress. Okay, now you're just lying. Tell the truth. These people deserve to know what they are getting into. Fine. Let's make a really cute dress and then potentially make it cursed by adding eyeballs all over it because I want people to feel unsettled when they look at me. Oh, you're gonna stare at me? Well, my dress is gonna stare right back. You feel like somebody's looking at you? They are. My dress. And why are we making a dress with eyeballs all over it? Why not? What a silly question. Why would you even ask me that? It's like you're new here. Oh, some of you are new here. Okay. Well, my name's Annie and I make things. Sometimes they're quite silly, like this eyeball lady. Sometimes they're really cute. I have a whole series where I create or redesign dresses from movies and TV shows and anime. I also have a series where I remake dresses from a 50s comic called Katie Keene, and those get quite wild. Some of those are the epitome of silly. And I also dabble in the occasional historical garment when I'm feeling extra sassy. With that out of the way, let me show you today's project. Very cute black dress. Cute little spaghetti strap, a little low cut. Not too low cut. We don't want yummy mammies coming out, you know, just enough. And then let's cover it in eyeballs. Yes, I too am excited about this. With a little ruffle at the bottom. I love a ruffle, so cute. And let's make the eyeballs all the colors. All the colors. Colorful eyeballs. Yes? I really like when people look at my clothes and go, oh, that's kind of cute and really unsettling. I love that. For fabrics, I have this black twill. And then I also have a decision I made this morning when I was grabbing the fabric, this black velvet. And I thought it might be cool to have the top be velvet and the skirt be black twill. But then I feel like it needs sleeves to kind of pull it all together. I will think about this. And for the eyeballs, in my epic quest to learn more skills, all the skills, all of them, give them all to me. We're gonna be doing some wet felting. I've never done wet felting before. I've done the stabby felting, but not wet felting. So we're gonna be making eyeballs with wet felting. I have practiced. Check it out. Pink eyeball. Needs work, but great place to start. So cute. It's already looking at you. Do you feel unsettled yet? Very excited to be making eyeballs, but first we must make a dress because we don't have anything to put eyeballs on. That's where we're starting. Let's pattern up and make a dress, shall we? Like the pop-up bubble in the intro said, I did change the design a bit. Since I changed the bodice fabric to the velvet, I wanted to balance the different fabrics by adding a flouncy sleeve made with the skirt fabric. The other change I made was giving the bodice a basque waist. That's where the waist comes down to a point, making a V shape. I'm not really going to explain the patterning that I'm doing with this one because I'm definitely doing it wrong. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Oh, real quick, if you didn't see my community post, I'm doing an assumptions video soon, so comment below any assumptions you have about me. All right, let's move along. So you've already seen, but I did change the design. I am sorry if I snookered you. I apologize. It was not nice of me to show you one design and then do another, but I did really like the idea of having two different fabrics. It really just gives it a lot more depth. And also, it's my dress and my channel, so I can do whatever I want. All right, well, we got our pattern pieces, so let's go ahead and cut them out. Shall we? Figure out how much we have left for a ruffle. We have to do ruffle math. Always ruffle math, man. You get into crafting and you're like, yeah, I'll never have to do math again. I'm gonna make oh God. Okay, I'm gonna make things. And then you start making things and you're like, oh, merde, I need math. There's so much math everywhere. It's all over the place. My algebra teacher was right, but I have a calculator, so she was wrong about one thing. Take that, Miss Albury. Her name wasn't actually Miss Albury. I've never had a teacher named Miss Albury, but it sounded like a convincing name, didn't it? Yeah. I don't remember my algebra teacher's name. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Let's cut this out. Velvet is a tricky mofo to work with and loves to shift around on you. It finds enjoyment in your agony. It's beautiful yet cruel. Kind of reminds me of my Italian grandmother. Anyway, to mitigate the fabric from shifting around, I cut each piece individually. Also making sure these pieces are oriented in the same direction, as Velvet has a pile that goes in a specific direction and looks very different when viewed from different angles. The skirt is nothing fancy or new. It's the same 8-paneled gore skirt that I use in I don't know, every other project I make. And now it's time for everybody's favorite pastime, ruffle math. First I add up the width of the 4 skirt panels, and then times that by 2 because, well, there are 2 of each panel. Then multiply it by 2 again because I like a very dramatic and dense ruffle. Now we see how wide the fabric is and divide that by the size of the ruffle. Now divide the size of the ruffle by how wide the fabric is, and that gives us how many strips we need to cut. Now all we need to do is decide how long we want each ruffle to be. Mine end up being 7 inches. Now that I've used up basically all my fabric on ruffles, let's make the sleeves. Pretty annoyed with myself because I even remembered earlier that I should cut the sleeves out first to make sure I had enough fabric for them before I cut out the ruffles. But then the thought just evaporated from my mind because I saw a piece of candy or something. I don't know. Anyways, they're just half circles, and luckily enough, I found a decent sized piece of scrap to cut them from. I have everything cut out. Look how good those look together. Oh no. Oh God. Ah. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, look how good these look together. Isn't that fun? Oh my God. I'm gonna shoot my camera. Okay, we have to make this fast because the sun keeps dodging in and out of the clouds and it is driving me insane. Just stop. Just give me 2 minutes. That's all I need. I decided on the fly that I was going to give the bodice a lining, but instead I think I will make some bias tape out of the scraps I have left of the other fabric, the skirt fabric, and then put that around the neck. So we're really tying everything together. Let's sew everything up. I've already serged all the edges of my skirt and top, so we are good to just go ahead and start sewing. Oh, and the way I want to finish this, and the way I want to finish the sleeves is with some velvet ribbon, but I don't have enough of it. I'm gonna finish it with some ribbon. I don't care. I'm done now. The sun doesn't want to cooperate with me, and I'm getting very irritated. So I'm done. We're done talking. Well, I've made a huge mistake. I need to fix it because it's a bad mistake. But I don't know if I have it in me to fix it, but it's bad. Let me show you. Hey, can you see anything because of the black on black? The worst. Hey, editing edit, can you crank up the shadows so that we can actually see what's happening here? Thanks. Okay. The issue is this seam is sitting very weird. Do you see this? How it's bows out this way? Well, that's because it bows out for the hip. It's the hip seam. That's what the curve is. The curve is for my hip. This is not where my hip is. So it's a lot of seams to undo. And also the basque waist isn't basking. It just kind of looks like a curve. Just a little I didn't make it dramatic enough. See, this is what happens when you don't make mock-ups. I have to fix this. Am I being dramatic? I don't think so. Not this time. I was hoping to finish the dress today so that tomorrow I could start playing around with the felt because I'm really excited about that. Nope. I'm gonna have to put this down and come back tomorrow. And also, while I'm here complaining, this velvet is terrible. I hate it. I hate working with it. It's awful. And just one more thing. Currently, this dress in its current form looks like a choir/orchestra dress. Am I wrong? I don't have enough of the fabric to get rid of all the velvet and start over. I also don't know if I want to do that. So if I did decide I wanted to get rid of the velvet and exchange it with something else, I would have to do a different fabric entirely. And I have other black fabric, but it would need to be different enough that it looks like a stylistic choice and not a whoopsie, you know? The best thing I can do right now is just stop, leave the studio now, and just kind of ruminate about it later while watching Paul Dark. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go put on my armor sweats and just hang out in front of the TV. And hopefully tomorrow I will have a solution for this. That is all. Goodbye. Here is a sad but necessary moment. I needed to detach the velvet pieces because I really didn't like the orchestra dress vibe it was giving. I wanted unsettling, not hand me my cello so I can warm up. Mistakes happen. It's really easy to make mistakes when sewing, and really this applies to all crafts. Mistakes happen and it's okay. It's okay to be upset about it also. But don't let mistakes stop you from finishing your project. I know how tempting it is to throw something in your whips pile because it committed a war crime against you, but you know what's more satisfying than having an unfinished project looming at you from the corner of your room? Finishing it. Even if that means having raw edges and skipping the lighting. Taking some dirty little shortcuts to get it done. Whatever it takes. Making a mistake and fixing it is the best way to learn. Okay, I'm gonna jump down from my soapbox now. Let's continue. This might be the biggest pivot I've ever made. Just kind of scrapping the whole bodice and starting over again. I've probably done that before, right? It sucks. Am I a little sad about it? Yes, but it happens and we move on. Now, I have this fabric. Let me show you. This. I picked this up at an estate sale. Look at his shine. Is shiny. Now, the thing with this fabric is it's really wide. I did not realize how wide it was. Let me put it down. Okay, here I am standing next to it. It is on the floor to here. This is folded in half. I'm 5'9", and this is folded in half. So it is double this width. Why is it so wide? What is this for? Do you know why they make fabric this wide? I'm just imagining the loom that this was on, and it would have been the size of my room. It would have been massive. How very interesting. So I have enough fabric to spare for the bodice and the ruffle for this, and also still make a ball gown. I've been working with a screened closet design for Winifred. I can't seem to nail anything down, but I just think this fabric would be for it, you know? Like just, ooh. So good. Does the shine pick up on camera? A bit? It is very cool in person. I have all the pieces cut out and pinned down to their skirt pieces correctly. I make a lot of mistakes. I don't have a very strong attention span, so I don't have the patience for double checking things, which is at a detriment to my sanity because then I make mistakes. So I have learned some amount of patience, deal with my mistakes and subsequently myself. But that can only go so far. So if anything else goes wrong in this project, and I'm not kidding you, anything else, if I have to undo another seam, I don't think this video will see the light of day. Speaking of light of day. So that is where I am at. My shirt is very fitting for my mental state today. On brand. See what I did there? Okay, but I'm gonna quit yapping so much because I'm not the only one with a short attention span. I'm looking at you. Let's sew these up. Okay. On a scale from 1 to make it so, how Star Trek is this dress? I'm sorry, did I just steal this from the set of Next Gen? Maybe. The fit of this skirt is all up from the basque waist. The basque waist. I've totally messed up the fit of the skirt. Like these are like, look at what is happening here. Can you see? Hold on. Okay. So like, why is it's like falling so weird? So weird. And then this is like, I don't know. And then like the back is really ripply now. It's so janky. What did I do? It's slightly less Star Trek with the sleeves, right? Do you see it? Do you see the vision? All right, the sleeves are looking a little bloodborne right now, but yes? Can I finish this today? Maybe. Not if I keep talking to you though. Let's cut out a new ruffle. Another ruffle. Let's cut out another ruffle. Goodbye. I'm using the strips of black fabric I cut for the original ruffle to make a ribbon to encase the bottom of the new ruffle in. I didn't feel like getting out my bias tape maker because that seemed like too much work, so instead I did triple the amount of work by sewing the ribbon on right sides together. The ruffle is quite long, so there was a lot of sewing to do. It really did feel eternal. Iron it up. Clip the seam allowance down, which this would have been a lot easier to do before I had ironed it up. But hey, we're on a roll today, so let's just keep doing everything the hard way, why don't we? Iron it again, flipping the ribbon to the inside and then folding it up so the raw edge is encased. Take a dance break. This is actually really important. Don't skip this step. And finally, we sew it down. See how much easier that was than making the bias tape. Finally, time to start attaching the ruffle. I first divide the ruffle into 32 equal parts, just folding and using a pen to mark it, then dividing the skirt into 16 parts. Why 16 and not 32? I don't know. I'm not a mathematician, okay? Then I attach the ruffle to the skirt at the points I made, kind of eyeballing the extra marks that I made on the ruffle. Now we just shove it through the machine. I like to use these tweezers to help pinch the fabric and make somewhat even gathers along the way. I don't know if this is actually faster than doing the two long running stitches on a machine and then gathering it up, but it does feel a lot easier. At this point, I'm really losing steam because my brain decided to wake me up at 4 a.m. for the second day in a row. It's so much fun waking up 3 hours before the sun. That lazy bitch. The dress is nearly done. The only thing I have left is to add the binding around the neck and around the arms. It's giving Halloween Town. It's giving Xenon 3000 or whatever that Disney show was. It's not giving Star Trek anymore, but it is kind of giving Flamingo Dancer. But I'm so tired. Waking up at 4 a.m. is starting to hit now. I can't. I'm sorry. I gotta go. Oh, hey, you're still here. Great. Are you ready to make some eyeballs? Because I am. Oh, it's hot in here. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta take this off. Super cold today, but really hot in the studio. I'm excited. Finally. God, my studio is a wreck. Okay, let me tidy this up and then we can start wet felting. Yes. Great. I mean, I didn't clean it that much. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a blue eyeball. I'm just gonna start laying these out and making a general circle. And it's okay that it's not all filled in. You're annoying. Let me just put this here. Now let's throw in some brighters. I'm gonna kind of keep them pointed towards the middle. That's good. All right, and now let's do the pupil. Gonna kind of mess this up, get it all tangled. I'm new to wet felting. I think I've already said this, and it's like, yes, I am doing these things. I guess I'm kind of making it look like I know what I'm doing, but I've just made the one eyeball. This one. There we go. All right, let's move it to here, and then we'll put this on top of it. And then I have a big pot of warm water over here. Warm, soapy water. Smish. Oh, I forgot the ring around the eye. Let's do that. This around the eyeball. Make a circle. What did I ask in a circle? Okay. This feels like petting a cat with wet hands, which is to say, kind of unpleasant for us both. Kind of smells like a wet dog. Smush. Is this a good sound? Okay, that one looks good. There's like rolling involved. The felt, it gets rolled, not me. No rolling here. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, let's roll her up. How do I do this? Let's go like, there we go. Now we roll it in the chair. Okay, and now we're just supposed to do this like 100 times. I'm not exaggerating. The lady in the video said 100 times. So that's fun. So what are you guys up to? Seen any good movies lately? How does everybody feel about Wuthering Heights? I meant to see it in theater, but I didn't. And then it got past me, so. Okay, my arms are tired. How does it look? Oh no, she got all smushed. Let's fix her. That's fine. She's fine, guys. Smells not great. Now let's do this. Okay, I'm getting bored just sitting here in silence. So we're gonna go just up here. Hi. And keep making more eyeballs. Cool. I really enjoyed making these eyeballs, and I really love how they turned out. Balling up the pupils was a mistake though, and I had to go back and attach the new pupils to the first few eyeballs I made because they just didn't stay. I'm watching The Mask of Zorro while I work. I've been rewatching some 90s movies lately, and I'm really enjoying it. Fun fact. My grandmother used to watch movies on repeat for weeks or even months at a time. I'm talking, the movie would end, she would rewind it, back in the day before DVDs, and play it again immediately, multiple times a day. Some of these movies included The Mask of Zorro, Three Musketeers, Man in the Iron Mask, Twister, The Mummy, and there were some others, but that's all I can remember right now. Anyways, autism's a totally new thing, and older generations definitely didn't have it. I hope you can hear the eye roll in my voice. Now that we have the eyeballs made, it's time to put them on the dress. I used the machine for the first one, but it was way too hard to wrangle the dress, so I decided hand sewing was in order. I'm using some waxed linen thread that's meant for hand sewing, and it's so nice. I've always just used machine thread for hand sewing, and there's a huge difference. The thread never really gets tangled or knotted up. Next time I put it in Barney and Throwbridge order, I'm going to order some more in black. Next are the eyelids, which are made from the original Ruffle that I sewed into tubes. This really took the eyes from looking cool to, ooh, that's unsettling. And while I finish up the hand sewing, let me do some shameless self-promotion and ask that if you like my videos and want to support my channel, please comment and share. And also like and subscribe if you want. But the comments and sharing the video are what the algorithm god really likes the most. Let me know if you saw this dress in the wild and felt it looking into your very soul. Would you feel unsettled? Oh, and don't forget to comment your assumptions about me. Please be nice. On to the reveal.